What are you afraid of? You're not afraid of solo travel. You're not afraid of traveling solo because that's what you want to do. What you afraid of is the human interaction part. You're afraid that you might not fit in. You are afraid to leave your comfort zone. That's what you're afraid of. So let's talk about solo travel, man. I know a lot of you guys want to get started with solo travel and probably afraid of solo travel, but it's not as bad as you think it is, man. Guys, for the sake of engagement, man, let me know down in the comments the places you would like to solo travel to or something that's holding you back from solo traveling. You don't have all the answers, man. That's the thing about it, man. Like watching the videos with tips and all that about this type of stuff, man. Like you'll never have the answers. You'll never have all the answers before you leave. Solo travel, you won't have all the answers. You can look it up. You can think you 100% prepared for whatever. Wherever you go, it ain't no list. It ain't nothing out here that can 100% prepare you because your needs ain't the same as mine. You know, I can give you a video right now on how I prepare for how to solo travel, how I move. It's just for you to compare experiences so you can you know, so you can kind of get to the point where, all right, well, I'm understanding some things I might need and may not need, but it's gonna be a lot of things you need once you get to where you're going, man. If you like the content, man, make sure you like and subscribe. It helps me grow on YouTube and it recommends this out to other people. All right, the places you can solo travel in the world. A lot of people want to come to the United States. You want to solo travel there, it's gonna be expensive. You're gonna need to you gotta fly around, take the bus, or need a car. And even bus tickets can be really expensive in the United States. So you got Europe, which would probably be the second most expensive place, I think, to solo travel, other than maybe Australia. Haven't been there yet, but I'm going. But Europe is a little more forgiving than the United States when it comes to price. And also, I think Europe is one of the best places for your first time solo travel. It's because the infrastructure and how you can get around Europe on trains. And it's just very interconnected. Trains and buses, you can get around Europe, especially if you're the type of person that can want to make an itinerary. I don't make itineraries, so I just jump place to place. But if you do it that way and keep your trip organized, it'll be much cheaper. But when you do an itinerary, you lose uh you lose that freedom of travel. That freedom that travel gives you. And if you really want to, you can also do a tour too. I don't recommend tours because I feel like, yes, you're getting to go to another country. Yes, you're getting to experience seeing things and things laid out for you, but then you're definitely not free. You have to go by a tour guide. You got to eat what they tell you to eat at. You sleep what they tell you to sleep. You can't detour off your travel. And I think as a group of people, an itinerary is fine because you know how a group of people are or is. Like it's cool to already know what you're gonna do before you do it, so no one can complain. And even then, someone still will find a way to complain, right? But with solo travel, it's about you and your travels. You wake up when you wake up. You do what you want to do. If you don't want to do nothing that day, you have no one to hold you back from telling you what to do or what not to do. You are in complete control of your trip. It's freedom, man. It's the type of freedom that you don't understand until you experience it. And it's something that if you want to experience it, you have to experience. I don't care what you have to do, prepare yourself for this. How I prepared myself for solo travel was, you know what? I bought my flight. And I said, well, now I know I got my flight booked. I'm going. That's a tip you guys could take. But make sure you have your budget ready by the time that trip comes. Cause you're gonna go. You got to go. Once you buy that ticket, you gotta go. I'm not saying you can't get no refunds or nothing, but that's your sign to yourself that you have to go. If you can buy that ticket, don't turn back around. Because if you turn back around, you might not ever go. So I don't care what you gotta do. Start going to the movies by yourself. Start preparing that way. If you not go to the bar by yourself, out of your city, leave your city that you in. If you live, say for example, you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, drive somewhere else, a couple hours away, and go to a new bar. Just go to Raleigh, 3 hours away. Charleston, South Carolina. You see what I'm saying? Go to different places and just go to bars and McDonald's and Walmart and do some things by yourself. You don't need 100 people with you to do something. Once you start feeling comfortable going to restaurants and stuff like that by yourself, That's all you're gonna be doing when you travel alone, abroad, solo. You gotta be able to eat by yourself, drink by yourself. If you meet women by yourself, men, women meet men if that's what you into or whatever. Everything is gonna be by yourself. You are in complete control of yourself. You got nobody to wake you up and tell you to remind you to do nothing. But that's what you're coming out here for the experience. It's nothing to be afraid of. As a seasoned solo traveler, I say at this point, I live to be out my comfort zone. You know, I live for a different human interaction. I live for finding my way around if I don't understand the language or if I don't understand what's going on. I live to put the pieces of the puzzle together. That's the type of person I am, and that's the type of person you need to be when you a solo traveler, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not afraid to solo travel. No one should be afraid of that. You're afraid of small things that can happen, that will happen on your trip. You're afraid that you might get lost. Sure, you might get lost. I'm not telling you, I'm not going to sugarcoat and say that you might not get lost. No, I'm not going to say that. No, I'm not going to say that you might go to a country that you don't like. You might eat foods that you don't like. You might do things that you don't like, man. But guess what? It's part of the experience, man. If you don't know, you don't like it. You will never know. Unless it's something just, it's just so asinine that you know you're not just going to like. Just understand me. Understand where I'm trying to understand where I'm coming from, man. This is a mind thing, man. This is a mind thing. And my mind is really prepared to handle anything on this planet, man. Solo traveling is one of the greatest gifts you will ever have, man. If you're single, you might could meet your wife out here. It's that deep. You might find a fascinating place that you never want to leave, man. You might realize that you don't want to go back to your home country. You might want to live where you're at, man. You just never know. Or you will come out here and hate it. I'm not saying that you can't hate it. I'm not saying that you might want to solo travel and realize it's not for you. But guess what, bro? You still got a story to tell, man. Now I understand that the only thing held me back was me. Ain't nothing hold me back in life but me. I never give nobody the benefit of the doubt to say they was able to hold me back. I never let anybody have the benefit of the doubt to say they made me. No, you will never get that power. Me, I control me and my thoughts. I make me get up when I'm tired. And God, that's it. Some things in this world you ain't gonna get without sacrifices, man. And solo travel is one of them. You got to sacrifice your friends. Being with your friends, if you love being with your friends all the time, because your friends is not gonna go with you. Most of them is gonna tell you they want to go. They're gonna meet you here. They're gonna do this and do that. They not coming. They not coming. Don't wait for that. Don't wait for people to help you with your trip. Have the budget yourself. Don't rely on anybody. And then if they do want to come, dandy. Then once you start solo traveling anyway, man, you don't really like traveling with no group of people no more anyway. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you because you realize how much it is of a drag to have a whole bunch of people with you when you're traveling after you done controlled your whole trip. I was in Europe for 40 days. I controlled everything I wanted to do. I came home and some friends wanted to travel, man. And I traveled with them. And I did what I wanted to do on the trip. You know what I mean? Because, bro, I don't need nobody to make decisions for me when it comes to traveling no more. Like, I know what to do. So being in a group, I'm not saying I'm not a team player, but what I am saying is, man, it's not easy to travel with other people once you solo travel for so long. It's kind of like getting adapted to the zombie apocalypse, man. That shit get easier, bro. It's real easy once you learn how to solo travel the right way and learn your style and how you like to move. You will know the places you want to go if you're a party animal. If you just want to see the scenery and landscape, you will know where to go. Your body and your soul will show you where to go. You gonna know. Like you want to go to a new country and live. Like for example, you want to move to Bangkok. You will know where you want to live when you get there. You will find it.